So if you're a music teacher, you're probably feeling a little out of control at the moment. You're probably feeling that your whole teaching program, what you're so used to in the past, is now all out of the window. It's almost like becoming a new teacher again and going through all of that fear and unknown and anxiety. And if you are a brand new teacher, then you are feeling that already in what probably is going to be one of the hardest years of teaching, with all that's going on around us and the restrictions on music. So in this episode, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about control, what we can control and what we can't control. My name is Rachel Hardman, and this is Passionate About Music Education. And this YouTube channel is for you, the music educator, the music teacher, to give you good tips, not just for teaching music, but also for coping with the demands of the role, because people don't understand how difficult music education is. As somebody said to me yesterday, oh yeah, you can just have these children and bang a few drums. That's, that was their sum total of what we do. And if you were like me, you would find that completely disrespectful of the value of the arts and everything that we do. And that is a reflection of their own ignorance of the subject, as opposed to what we all know if you're watching this video. So what I have found this week, as going back into school, and we've had lots of Zoom meetings and lots of PD sessions, and there's been a lot of goalpost changing because obviously we're in the unknown. And at times I've found that because of the lack of organisation, the lack of cohesion of what's going on, that it feels a little out of control. And because it feels out of control and there's so many unknowns, it actually adds to the anxiety and the stress of teaching and being ready for students coming in on Monday. And for me personally to feel like the best teacher that I possibly could for the students. You know, as music educator, how important having resources and equipment and everything working is, because so much of what we do requires that equipment. And with all the restrictions that we're having put on us, not being able to teach with the normal instruments, maybe your instruments haven't arrived from overseas or from the music shop, and it's all on back order because of the lockdown. There's so many unknowns that we can't control. So it is adding to what is already a stressful year. And therefore, I wanted to give you a couple of quick stress relieving techniques that I have even used myself this week, because there were moments where I could feel my stress level getting higher and higher, because I like to be in control. I think teachers full stop want to be in control of their room, because we're always looking after so many children, and we need a sense of order and control of what's going on, and particularly music teachers, because so much of our equipment is so expensive. Whether you've got a $5,000 tube or a $5,000 saxophone, or you've got a suite of keyboards and computers, the equipment's so expensive, and getting it replaced is so difficult. So we have that sense of control. So to have absolutely no control of anything or know nothing about what's going to be happening next week is really difficult. So here are a couple of quick tips that I use this week that you can use too. 1, take a break regularly through the day. And I know that sounds silly to say, and you're going, oh yeah, of course, Rach, of course we can all take breaks, and we know that that's harder to do, but you need to have those breaks. You need to go to the bathroom, you need to go and get a glass of water, you need to eat something. It's really important that you look after your physical well-being. If you are not doing that, you are going to be no good to anybody, particularly yourself. So tip 1, make sure that you have those regular breaks and that you do the essentials like eating and drinking and going to the bathroom. It's really important. That will also give you a break away from the computer. It'll give you a break away from the classroom or conversations you might be brought into, and it gives you a chance to just take a moment, walk, breathe, release a little bit of the stress. 2, once you've had your break, or even if you don't get a chance to pop out to the staff room or eat or something, have breaks every 50 minutes. And when you come back to a new task, just take a minute to really take a pause, go, what is the task? What do I need to do? What do I need to bring my A game for, so that I can do this task with fresh, positive perspective, rather than bringing in all the other stress from earlier in the day into that next task. If you're doing something like curriculum writing or lesson planning or creating a new resource, turn off the email. turn off the email notification, turn off everything else, and just say, right, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have that uninterrupted time. And you'll be surprised at how quickly you actually get through that task and how happy you are with completing that task, because you've given yourself a break from other distractions. Tip 3, I did this a couple of times yesterday actually, which was to get up out of my classroom. I don't have any windows in my room, it's all AC and it's just the way it is, and I felt a little bit trapped inside. So a couple of times yesterday I got up and I went outside into the fresh air and had a little walk for 5 minutes. And again, you can do this on break duty or recess duty or lunch duty. What I found is it really helped free up my mind. I was outside, I was looking at a bit of nature, some trees and stuff, breathing, wasn't in a dark classroom with artificial lights on and the AC pumping, and suddenly I had some new ideas come up for how I could teach music without any instruments. So it was really helpful for me. So really try and get outside and get some fresh air and have a walk around, even if that's on your own, so that you get that peace and quiet and just that chance to unstack and destack and, you know, relax your shoulders and just think about breathing and just take that moment to pause. Tip 4 is, if you're really starting to feel stressed, make a list in your head of things that you are grateful for. And I know that sounds really difficult, but it's not really. You know, take a moment to list off 5 things that you are grateful for, like, you know, your family, your friends, that you've got good health, that, you know, you can drive, you can go to buy food whenever you want, that you can go shopping whenever you want, that, you know, you're an amazing teacher and that you get to teach children music, which is a, you know, a real gift. Whatever it is that makes you feel grateful for being alive, spend a couple of minutes just listing them off in your head, so it changes the mindset from the negativity to the positive, particularly if you're working in a department where there's a lot of sort of negative feeling going on, or, you know, angst about what's going on, and that sort of confusion that goes on at the moment. So it's easy to be pulled into all those negative teaching conversations. And of course, you know, I'm guilty as the next person of occasionally slipping into the whole moaning about why is this not this and this not that. And sometimes you just have to stop. So gratitude, thoughts in your head at different points during the day really does help you refocus and remind yourself why you're doing this. And my last tip for you, the musician, is to put some music on. Have some music on during that quiet moment where the kids aren't in the room and you're not teaching. Just put some background music on, get up and dance around the classroom if you can, if you're on your own. Put some meditation music on, put some easy listening jazz, you know, that sort of lovely jazz that you have on in the background at some cafe or something. Whatever it is that works for you, you know, heavy metal, your favourite country and western song, something that, you know, you can play really loudly and just sing your heart out for 3 minutes. It really does make a huge, big difference to how you feel. So, or even if you've got a piano in the room and you put your favourite song and you jam along to it, just for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, the difference it will make to you and how you feel will be amazing. And that, of course, is one of the perks of being a music teacher. So I hope these stress relieving techniques will help. I know I've been using them myself this week, and I'm sure I'll be using them a lot next week, and probably using some of these with the students in my classroom when it's all starting to get a bit too much, particularly wearing masks all day. So keep well, keep drinking water, keep looking after yourself, keep healthy. Remember, you need to look after yourself and self-care so that you feel well, so that you can serve your children well, but also so that you enjoy the job and you don't get burnt out and stressed out, because there are really lots of wonderful things about music education and teaching, and what we're experiencing at the moment will not be the norm forever. So stick with it, keep with it, and I hope this video has been really helpful. If you've liked it, please obviously like or subscribe to the channel, share with a fellow colleague, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. I'm Rachel Hardman, and this is Passionate About Music Education.